All right, everybody, welcome. We're going to get ourselves started here today. We're excited about this glute workout. It's a quick hit, glute specific exercises, all doing for posterior chain of muscles, hamstrings, glutes, little quads in there always. But I'm going to go under the assumption you're all warmed up. You've gotten your cardio blast in. We're going to be able to start right from the start. So we're going to start off with a standing series. We'll hit the mat for a bridge series and then a resistance band series if you've got one. All you're going to need for equipment are going to be a mat, maybe a little bit heavier of a weight, some mid-range weights if you want to add them for a little upper body in the bridge section, and a resistance band if you've got it. But let's get started right away. We're going to just go into a squat, you guys. Regular squat, body weight only, sinking down into those heels. You want to social distance those knees, feet about shoulder width apart, and you're just going down as deep as it feels good to you. So you'll see my range of motion isn't always that great, just because of my limitations of my hip, but all good. You guys go to where you're feeling it without overdoing it. I'm just going to ask you to do 5 more of these. 4, 3, 2. The last one I'm going to have you hold down. And you guys are going to see me do this a lot. I do a lot of the pulses where you're just going to go into that deep in that contraction, right? So it's not a bounce. A pulse is always just a deepening of the contraction of whatever you're doing. And the reason we do a lot of pulses is because it helps fatigue the muscles faster, because you're never releasing it, right? You're feeling that contraction of the glute the whole time, just deepening into it. Go 4, 3, 2, 1, hold down, and then you're just going to go those singles, guys, down and up. Amazing. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here are my favorite body weight squats. You're going to come in, you're going to bring those elbows, and you're going to bring those elbows to the inner parts of your knees, right? And all you're going to do is sink the glutes down and press them up. Sink them down, press them up. So if you see me here from the side, you're not letting those knees go past those toes, but you're bringing those hips down and then shooting them up without locking out those knees. And if you've got super tight hamstrings, mine definitely are, you may not be able to extend those legs that far up. Again, no harm, no foul. You want to just make sure you're going to the range of motion that feels good to you. Super important in these squats that you're digging your weight into your heels. If you start to transfer your weight to the balls of your feet, typically that's when the muscle or the workload transfers a lot to the quadriceps. And right now, we really want to focus in on those hamstrings, glutes, down, and I want you to pulse this again, nice and low. Go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to singles again, you guys, all the way, full range. Beautiful. So hamstrings are usually some of the most undertrained muscles, or at least in comparison to the way we train our quadriceps. So we try to even out the imbalance of power that most of us have in those legs, where we're strong, way stronger in our quadriceps, not strong enough in our hamstrings and glutes. And this is one way to do it. Down and pulse. You want to make sure those lower abdominals are firing right now. You've got them contracted and staying contracted. 3, 2, you only have 10 more, guys, right here. Singles, full range. 10, 9. Toes are still pointing forward. The next series, we're going to do goblet squats where those toes are going to point out. I lost count, but I think we've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, And one. Nice job. Roll it up. Grab your weight. So you're going to grab your heavy weight. If you want to, knock it out. You can have two in this one too. Your goblet squats, you're going to point those toes out a little bit. Not like a plie where they're really externally rotated. Just out maybe to 45 degrees. They're still narrow. They're not out wide like in a plie either. So I want you to come down. You're just going to come down to that squat, chest stays up. And then you're going to come halfway up, touch down, all the way up. Down, halfway up, down, all the way up. Don't worry if you're not touching the ground with that weight. And if you're just using body weight, amazing. You don't have to tap that toe with the or fingers to the ground, but you're still digging into those heels, halfway, all the way. Go at your own pace. Squeeze those glutes as you're coming up from into that goblet squat. Let's get 3 more like this. 2 more. And 1. Now I want you to come down and you're just going to pulse it again. You know the gig on this one, right? It's going to fatigue those muscles quicker. Pull through those navels. Get those lower abdominals engaged so you're protecting that low back. 2. And 1. Now down halfway just for 5. Down halfway for 4. 3, 2, 1. Now full range for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Killer, guys. Amazing. All right, so we've got them warmed up for sure. Shake it out. You're going to do 1 more set. It's not going to be as long of just those elbows inside the knees, okay? So you're going to come down, and I want you to come up and down, up and down. Toes are pointing forward again. You're going to do 10 here. You only have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold down. Tiny pulse just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Singles just for 5. Down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Roll it up, shake it out. Let's grab that mat. And you're going to grab your mid-range weights if you want to use them. All right, guys, we're going to get into our bridge series now for core or for our glutes. You're going to bring your weights. You'll have them, if you want to use the weights, you're going to have them at your low diagonal. You're going to scoot those heels up so they're nice and close to your glutes. And then you're going to drive those hips up, breathing strong. Again, making sure the weight's in those heels for now. And we're just breathing through here. Awesome. Then if you want, you're going to bring those weights up over your shoulders. If you're not using weights, you're just bringing those hands up. You can always keep those hands at low diagonal too if that feels better during this or any part of the series. So I want you to drop the hips down an inch, bring those weights down towards your forehead, pull the hips back up, and extend those arms. So we're doing these bridges, you guys, to work those glutes now. If you'll watch my Pilates series, we do a lot of times the bridge series more for lower abdominals. And if you're pulling in through that navel while you're driving those hips up, you're going to get a double bonus of working lower abdominals and glutes. And who doesn't want that, for heaven's sakes? Hold up. And then I want you to do that nice little pulse again for me. Pulse up with those hips. Sink the belly. 2 and 1. Hands are staying parallel. You're going to drop your hips down an inch, reach long with those weights, pull and push those hips back up, bring the weights down to your quads. So I love this for lats, right? You're working those lats strong. another undeveloped area of our body as well, and so important for healthy backs. Dropping them down. You're not letting those hips reach back towards the ground. You're keeping them suspended, maybe an inch or two off the ground. Good. 3, 2, last one. Let's hold up. And then you're going to come up on the balls of your feet. You're going to walk those feet in towards one another a little bit. You're now going to rest those weights against one another. And you're going to repeat that series, dropping the hips down and then pulling them back up. Squeeze those inner thighs as well as you're bringing those hips back up. I mean, glutes are working whether you're thinking about them or not. Let's focus in on those inner thighs just for giggles. Pull them in. 2 and 1. Hold up. You know where we're going. Pulse it up. Squeeze those inner thighs together. And 1, stay up on the balls of your feet if you can. If you need to release, release down. Weights are still resting against one another. Now those lat extensions from that little bit different of an angle. Reach the weights long, then bring them right to those quads. Three, 2, and 1. Now's where it gets fun, you guys. Release the heels. Take a break if you need it. I want you to extend that left leg out. The knees are aligned, right? So you're going to just bring that leg parallel to the ground, then up just to where it's aligned with the other knee. You're here for 7 more. 6, 5, 4. Reach long with those arms. 3, 2, and 1. Hold the weights up over the chest. Knees are in alignment, and then just pulse up. 2, and 1. Amazing. Now you're going to bring those weights back, and then you're going to bring the leg all the way up, and then halfway down. And again, you guys, here's where my range of motion isn't the greatest. Tight hamstrings. So if you can bring that leg up a little bit closer to your weights, do that. 3, 2, last one. I want you to hold up, and you're going to pulse it up here. 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going full range. All the way down, all the way up. 3, 2, bring those weights up over your chest, but you're going to lower that leg down so it's parallel. 1 last set of pulses right here. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Bring that heel back. We got one side. We got to do the other side now, guys. So bring that opposite leg up. Knees are aligned. Same series. You can bring that leg parallel to the ground and in alignment with that other knee. Weights reach for those quads. Feeling those abdominal muscles elongate as you're reaching back with those hands. 3, 2, last one. Align those knees. Pulse it up here. Scoop that belly. Drive into that heel still. And 1, good. We come back. You're going to bring that leg all the way up, halfway down. Here we go. 4 more. 3, 2, hold it up, pulse it up. 3, 2, hopefully it's burning by now. Bring that leg parallel, full range, all the way up, all the way down. You just have 5 more on this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leave the weights over the chest, extend that leg parallel, and pulse up. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Bring that heel in. Come up to the balls of your feet. Release the weights down to your chest. And then slowly, easy, let those hips roll down. You're awesome. All right, guys, you're going to grab that band. We're going to come over onto our hands and knees. All righty, you're going to grab that band. Let's bring it up around our quadriceps. I'd always rather you train down in the level of resistance in the band. If you have usually trained with like a high resistance one, go more mid-range because you want to have some range of motion for those hips as well. So now we're going to come down to our hands and knees. Heels of your palm are right underneath those shoulders. Drive into the heels. And then we're going to bring that knee up. And then I want you to pulse up. So we do this series in the Pilates one that I teach as well. But I'm going to abbreviate the series that we're doing on our hands and knees. And I'm going to add something that we do on our side, which really makes it great. 2 and 1. You're just going to drive the knee down and then drive that heel back up. 4, 3, 2, hold it up. And now I just want you to rotate the knee out and back up. Knee out and up. Small little move. Be sure that weight's evenly distributed between those hands. 2, and 1, leave it rotated out and just pulse it up there. Good. Now extend it long, point the toe, lower and lift here with it extended. 4, 3, 2, hold it up, and you're going to pulse it up. Good. And then you're going to cross it over, you guys. You're going to hold it over at that angle, lower and lift over at that angle for 10. 4, 3, 2. Now you're going to create a big rainbow. So corner to corner, over and back. One more. And then you're going to hold it over at that angle, and then you're going to lower and lift from that angle for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Bring it back center. Knee comes back in. And I want you to come over onto your elbow. You're going to bring those heels together. The heels off the ground, so it's kind of like you're in first position in ballet. And you're just going to lower and lift that leg that was on top. And remember, you don't have to have this band. Let's scoot so you can see maybe a little better. 2, last one, hold up. We're going to pulse it up. Breathe through. Lower abdominals for firing. The bottom leg is your anchor, right? So it's resisting against the motion of that top one. So it's definitely working. And 1, good. Now I want you to bring the leg on the ground, extend it a little bit. You're going to point that knee towards the ground. Come down either all the way onto your bicep or rest into your wrist. You drive the knee to the ground, fire it to the back. knee to the ground. Fire the heel like you're trying to press it towards the corner of the room. 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it up, and just pulse that heel up. So it's like you're pushing with the lower part of your glute there, kind of where it meets that hamstring. 2, and 1. Now extend it long. Point that toe down. Lower and lift here for 10. 4, 3, 2, hold it up, and you rotate up and down, up and down. That's it. Now hold it out. Point that toe, point the lower toe. Now the top leg's gonna be your anchor. Hold it up, lower and lift that bottom leg to meet it. 4, 3, 2, hold those feet together. Bring that elbow in front. May as well do a little quick oblique work right here for 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. You know where we gotta go. We got one side. We're all lopsided now. We gotta even ourselves out. So we're going on to that other side. Hands underneath your shoulders. Draw that heel up, and then pulse it out. You're there, guys. We're almost around that home stretch. Second leg always goes faster than the first. Now you're going to draw the knee down and then drive it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, and then we're going to do that little rotation we did. Knee out and center. Be sure you guys are trying to keep that neck in alignment with the spine. I know you have to turn to look at the knees sometimes, but try not to let it drop down and look down towards your feet or your knees. Last one I want you to hold out, and it's that little bit of pulse up. 2, and 1. Extend the leg long. Actively point that toe. Lower and lift here for 10. Exhaling on that exertion phase as that leg lifts up. 4, 3, 2, hold it up. This is where our pulses come in. Give me that nice little pulse. 2, and 1. Now you're going to bring it over at that angle. Lower and lift, keeping it over at that angle for 10. 3, 2, 1. Hold it and just give me that tiny little pulse. And then we're going to create that rainbow. Corner to corner, guys, right here. Down and around. 4 more like that. 2. Last one we're going to leave out at that angle. And you're going to lower and lift here for 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it center. Bring that knee back down. Turning over onto that side. Going right into that position where those heels are anchored. They're pressing against one another. Lifting up off the ground. Marry up those knees and then drive that knee towards the ceiling. 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold up, and you're going to pulse that knee up. Super good work right here, not just for the glutes. You're feeling it probably in the outer part of your glutes, but definitely in for those abductors, those strong outer thighs as well. 3, 2, and 1. Now extend that bottom leg again, coming down either onto your wrist or your bicep, and then you drive the knee down. Press that heel towards the corner. 2, and 1. Hold it up there and give me that tiny little pulse. This is the pulse I think is the most awkward. It's hard to get that range of motion and not have it get all wanky, but give it your best shot. 3, 2, and 1. Now you're extending it. That top leg extends. Aim that bottom toe. Keep it rotated like that. Drive the heel towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 2. Hold it up, and you're going to drive that toe to the ceiling, then down to the ground. Toe to the ceiling, down to the ground. 2, and 1. Point the toe. You know where we're going, right? You can bring that elbow in front if you want all the way, right away, or keep it underneath, but you're going to lower and lift that bottom leg to the top. Hold those feet together. Now draw that elbow in. Bring the fingertips behind your ears. Lower and lift into that oblique crunch for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Get rid of that band. That thing. All right, you guys, and I want you just to sink back into child's pose. We want to definitely release those glutes. Hands to the center of the mat. Sink yourself back. Just walk those hands out. But I want you to think about pushing back those glutes to the heels. Just breathe it in. You did amazing. And then just let's roll over onto our backs. One of my favorite stretches to release those glutes. Cross that knee, foot over the knee, and then bring that bottom leg in towards you. What I like to do too is push out a little bit gently with that elbow to the inner thigh, and let it draw open that hip a little bit more. And just hold into that stretch. Especially working as concentrated as we did today on those glutes. It's better to do fewer stretches that you hold longer, where you can really isolate the muscles that we attacked in that workout, specifically glutes and hamstrings. And then just release it. I want you to switch sides. Cross that other leg over, open up, and then draw that knee in for that stretch. And then push out on that inner thigh real gently. Feel that stretch deepen, that hip open. Good. And then just roll up to a seated. And I want you to come into like a long, loose diamond shape with those legs. Bottoms of your feet are towards one another. They don't have to be touching exactly. Then I just want you to walk down, right? You'll feel that release of the inner thighs, but you should feel on that side of the glutes as well. And then just go ahead and extend the legs out. Chest comes up, shoulders back, and same thing. You'll see I'm not a great range of motion on this. I'm going to walk it down as far as I can, where I feel that release of those hamstrings. If you can come down to your toes, the balls of your feet, go where it feels best for you. And then just cross it over, elbow to the other side of the knee. Look over that shoulder. I love this. Releasing that low back. Again, releasing the outer parts of those glutes as well. And then just switch it other side. Look back over that shoulder. I want to thank you for joining me today. You did amazing. Way to focus in on you and really work those glutes today. Have a wonderful day. You crushed it.